Good morning students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss a problem based on rotational kinematics. So although this is a mathematical problem, but the ideas that I will be discussing in this problem will be helpful in understanding the concept of rigid body motion. Okay, so let us start the problem. Okay, so the problem statement says that the figure shows a solid rigid cube OA, BC, DE, FG. As you can see here, it is a solid rigid cube OA, BC, DE, FG of side length unity. So side length is unity, is one unit with its sides parallel to the coordinate axis. So sides of this cube are parallel to the sides of to the axes of this coordinate system, XYZ coordinate system. So as you can see, OA is along X direction, OB is along Y direction, and OC is along Z direction. The cube is fixed at origin and can rotate about a fixed axis passing through origin. So as you can see here, cube is fixed at origin and it can rotate about an axis which is passing through origin. So there is an axis about which this cube can do fixed axis rotation. So that axis, the direction of that axis or that physical axis has not been shown in this figure. A point P on the cube has a position vector given by OP, which is I by 2 plus J by 3 plus K by 4. Now as you can see here, there is a point P which is a physical point, which is a point fixed on the cube, and its coordinates are given by 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and 1 by 4. So 1 by 2 is its x coordinate, 1 by 3 is its y coordinate, and 1 by 4 is its z coordinate. Now this point is fixed on the cube. So if cube is rotating or cube is moving, this point will move along with the cube. So it is fixed from the frame of reference of cube. Now he is saying the cube rotates about the fixed axis, and at a later instant it is found that OA, which was originally pointing towards positive x-axis, which is I cap, after rotation points towards I cap plus j cap vector, and OB, which was pointing towards positive y-axis, j cap, now points towards 2I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap. Now this side OA, now this cube gets rotated, and this side OA, which was originally in this figure is pointing towards I cap direction, now starts pointing towards, after rotation it starts pointing towards I cap plus j cap vector. So I cap plus j cap is a vector uh, along which this side OA, which was originally along I cap direction, starts pointing after rotation. Similarly, OB, which was pointing towards positive y-axis, OB is pointing towards j cap, and after rotation it starts pointing towards 2I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap. Now we can verify here that these two vectors, I cap plus j cap and 2I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap, they are perpendicular to each other. If you take dot product of these two vectors, then that dot product will come out to be 0, and it should be like this only. Why? Because OA and OB, both these sides are mutually perpendicular, so even after rotation they should remain mutually perpendicular. So this vector which is along OA and this vector which is along OB, even after rotation they will be mutually perpendicular. Now the question is to calculate, there are three parts of this question. In first part we have to calculate the new position vector of P after rotation of the cube. Now initially P was pointing towards this vector, so after rotation we have to find the position vector of P. Okay, so this part is relatively easy. It is not very easy, but it is relatively easy as compared to B part and C part. So in this video I will be discussing only A part. Okay, so B part is we have to find out the axis of rotation, and C part is we have to also find out the angle by which the cube has rotated about that axis of rotation. Okay, so I will be solving only A part in this video, and for B part and C part I want all of you to solve it on your own, and uh, and you can send me your solution through in my mail ID, or you can also post that solution in comments. Okay, so I will be posting another video in which I will be solving B part and C part. So today in this video I'll be solving only A part. So before I start the discussion of the solution, I want all of you to please pause this video and try to solve this problem on your own. Alright, so now let us discuss the solution of this problem. Alright. So we know initially, so this figure represents the final position of the cube. So I have tried to draw the figure of the cube in its final orientation of in final position. Now we know that unit vector alongside OA. So OA is a side which was initially pointing towards x direction, positive x direction, and now it gets rotated. So initially it was pointing towards I cap, and finally it started pointing towards I cap plus j cap. So here I have to here what I have done, I have written a unit vector. I have found a unit vector along the direction of OA after rotation. So initially it was pointing towards I cap, and finally it starts pointing towards I cap by root 2 plus j cap by root 2. Similarly, unit vector alongside OB, initially it was pointing towards j cap, and finally it started pointing towards 2I cap minus 2j cap plus k cap by 3. So I have divided the original vector by its modulus, which is 3, to get a unit vector alongside OB. Now can I find the unit vector alongside OC, because this OA and OB, these directions were given in the problem. So can I find a unit vector alongside OC? Now I know that in the original diagram this OC is along Z axis, so OC is perpendicular to OA as well as OB. Okay, so OC was nothing but OA cross OB. Now because this cube is a solid rigid body, so relative orientations of OA, OB and OC will remain unchanged. So OC was initially OA cross OB, and finally also OC will be OA cross OB. So I can find a final vector along OC with I can say that final vector along OC will be perpendicular to both OA as well as OB vector. So here what I have done, I have found the position vector along OC. Okay, so it will be nothing but OA cross OB. Okay, so here what I have done, I have found the cross product of these two vectors. So it comes out to be under root 2 by 6 I cap minus under root 2 by 6 j cap minus 2 root 2 by 3 times k cap. Now I have unit vectors along OA, OB and OC in the final orientation. Now the problem is to find the position vector of this point P in the new orientation. Now consider two observers. Imagine two observers O1 and O2. Now O1 is an observer which is fixed on the ground. So O1 is an observer which is fixed on the ground and which can observe the cube rotating from initial orientation to the final orientation. So as per this observer, the cube is doing fixed axis rotation. Okay. And point P, which is fixed inside the cube, is also moving with respect to O1. Now this point P, because it is fixed inside the cube, it is a physical point inside the cube. So cube has changed its orientation, so P will also change its orientation. So P's position vector will change, and in fact in the first part of the problem, what we have to find the final position vector of the P with respect to O1. Now the unit vectors in this for this observer, for the coordinate axes of this observer, are I cap, j cap and k cap. So in this observer's frame of reference, the unit vectors are I cap, j cap and k cap. Now imagine another observer O2. Now this observer is fixed on the cube and it is rotating with the cube. Now this second observer O2 is an observer which is fixed inside the cube, whose coordinate axes are fixed along the sides of the cube. So as you can see, x1, y1 and z1, these are the coordinate axes of the observer O2, okay, which are fixed with respect to cube, and x, y and z, these are coordinate axes of the ground observer, which are fixed with respect to ground. Okay, so now O2 is an observer which is fixed on the cube and O2 is rotating with the cube. So cube with respect to O2 is stationary. So everything inside the cube is stationary with respect to this observer O2, which means that point P, for this observer O2, point P is not changing its position. Point P's initial position and final position are same. So point P is stationary with respect to this observer O2. Now suppose I1, J1 and K1 represents unit vectors along positive x-axis, positive y-axis and positive z-axis in the frame of reference of O2. So just like I, J and K are the unit vectors along positive x-axis, positive y-axis and positive z-axis in the frame of reference of O1. Similarly, I1, J1 and K1 are uh, the unit vectors along positive x-axis, positive y-axis and positive z-axis in the frame of reference of O2. Now at initial moment, the coordinate axes of O1 and O2 were coinciding with each other. So these unit vectors I1 cap, they were also equal. So I1 cap was equal to I1, J1 cap was equal to J, and K1 cap was equal to K. Okay, K cap. So this was at initial moment. But at final moment, I1 cap was equal to I by root 2 plus J by root 2. This we have calculated in the previous diagram, with this diagram. Okay, all these three vectors we have already calculated. So at final moment, I1 cap is I cap by root 2 plus J cap by root 2. J1 cap is 2I cap minus 2J cap plus K cap by 3. And K1 cap is root 2 by 6 I cap minus root 2 by 6 J cap minus 2 root 2 by 3 K cap. So these are the unit vectors along x direction, positive x, positive y and positive z direction in the final orientation. But in the final orientation, the position vector of P with respect to O2 will remain unchanged. So this is exactly what we will do to find out the final position of P. So point P is at rest with respect to observer inside O2. So with respect to O2 observer, this point P is not moving. So its initial position vector and final position vector will remain same. So initially OP was I by 2 plus J by 3 plus K by 4. And it was also equal to I1 by 2 plus J1 by 2 plus K1 by 4. Why? Because the x-axis is, because the coordinate axes of O1 and O2 were along the same direction at initial moment. But finally, OP will change with respect to O2, with respect to O1, but not with respect to O2. So with respect to O2, OP will remain same. So O2 is basically rotating observer. So in rotating observer's frame of reference, in the frame of reference of Q, the P is not changing its orientation. So OP will remain same as it was earlier. Okay, so OP, the position vector of P, point P, in the rotating frame of reference will remain same. So it will be I1 by 2 plus J1 by 3 plus K1 by 4, which was its position vector initially. Okay. But I1, J1 and K1 have changed now. Okay. So we know that I1 is nothing but I by root 2 plus J by root 2. J1 is nothing but 2I minus 2J plus K by 3. And K1 is nothing but under root 2 by 6 I cap minus under root 2 by 6 J cap minus 2 root 2 by 3 K cap. So what I have done here, I have calculated final OP vector in terms of I cap, J cap and K cap by putting OP equal to I1 by 2 plus J1 by 3 plus K1 by 3, and I1, J1 and K1 I have already calculated. So finally the vector OP comes out to be I into 1 by 2 root 2 plus 2 by 9 plus root 2 by 24 plus J cap. So x coordinate is 1 by 2 root 2 plus 2 by 9 plus root 2 by 24. This can be further simplified. Okay, we can, what we can do, I can multiply and divide by root 2 here, and it will be root 2 by 4. So root 2 by 4 and root 2 by 24 I can do. So I will get one rational term and one irrational term here. So x component is this, y component is 1 by root 2 minus 2 by 9 minus root 2 by 24. Similarly, z component is 1 by 9 minus root 2 by 6. Now using same idea, I can also find axis of rotation very easily. Otherwise, if you will try to find axis of rotation by taking a general vector along x, having some x component, y component and z component, and then trying to find out the values of x component, y component, z component of that vector, it will become very difficult. But using the idea which we have discussed here, using this same idea and a little bit extra thinking, we can easily uh, find the unit vector along axis of rotation. So I'm ending this video here, and I want all of you to understand this particular part of this problem which I've solved here, and then using that idea and using the concepts that I have explained, try to solve B part and C part of this problem. Okay, so I will be posting another video very soon where I will solve B part and C part of this problem. Okay. Till then, goodbye. Thank you so much for watching this video.